The reason I think the world, including Donald Trump for that matter, keep going back to a two-state solution is because we, the people here, are not presenting an alternative.
Okay.
There's no vision for something else. It's just, let's manage the situation. We don't know where we're going. And the world, and definitely in the West, it's a weakness and a strength, but they want to see solutions. They want to see conflicts that are solvable. The pathway to a Palestinian state, I look at it as pathway could take a year, but it could also take 10, 15, and 20 or 25. So it's a long path. I think that what Trump wants to see is Israel embark on the beginning of that journey. But you are right, that is not something that is easily digested by the Israeli public today, or specifically by Netanyahu and his coalition.
I want to be clear, I'm not being critical of Trump on this because he's being consistent to his original vision of the future of the Middle East, pre-Abraham Accords even. However, it's pretty astonishing that this UN Security Council has passed this 20-point plan, because one of the things it does is takes Gaza out of the governing responsibility of the Palestinian Authority for the foreseeable future and puts it in Donald Trump's hands. But the fact that Trump has taken ownership of this problem and said, look, I'm going to work with the rest of the world, Israel, the Arab world, the Europeans, whomever, but I'm going to run this process. I actually think that's leadership. It requires trusting him, but I have more trust in President Trump's love and support for Israel than any American president in history. So I'm trying to figure out, what does Gaza look like?
Donald Trump doesn't want the war to resume. Donald Trump wants the war to stay over. He wants us to stay at this lower intensity conflict and not the high intensity that it was when he came to Jerusalem and gave that speech and the hostages came back on October 13th. But for that to happen, we do need to see a change in Gaza, which we have yet to see. We need to see Hamas disarmed. Doesn't disarmament, Joel, also have to include the destruction of the remaining tunnels? Who's going to do that? It's not going to be the Qataris or the Turks or the Egyptians or the French or some other multinational force that comes into Gaza. It's either Israel or it's not going to happen. And Israel will not be able to stand by and watch as Hamas, in the 50% of Gaza that they still hold on to, what is outside the yellow line, that Hamas is going to rebuild, reassert control, and represent itself as a potential threat like it was on the eve of October 7th. That's unacceptable. I think it's unacceptable to us, obviously, to the Israeli public, and I think also to Donald Trump. He will understand, and he probably does understand, but he wants to try to see if he can get this off the ground. And if, together with the Arab countries, can put that pressure to bear on Hamas, that Hamas will even maybe willingly give up some of its weapons.